Alright guys, here's me doing a quick summary of update 1.09 so that you don't have to read all of this stuff. Essentially, everything that we actually want from the game, i.e. anti-cheat, anti-people leaving, and surrender option, is just still not here. Broken Arrow so desperately needs a patch, and we're just not getting it. We need these things way more urgently than all of the other things that they say that they have implemented. However, yeah, okay, a few nice bits and bobs, but honestly, really nothing special. This is all kind of little fixes here and there, but again, we just want these big problems like the cheaters and the punishment for leaving and the surrender button. These are the things we actually want. Server stability, in all fairness, I haven't seen too many issues with the servers themselves. More this, and especially this last one. Right, okay. A few other things that they have done in the name of balance, which again, I'm really not sure if I like these at all. Okay, so 5 to 6 seconds. Right, okay, so that's the increase in APS cooldown. So basically meaning that APS is much less effective these days because reloadable RPGs can now shoot before the APS has recharged, which is ridiculous because in reality APS just works bang, 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 bang. So you could fire 4 rockets at the same time and hopefully APS should stop at least 3 of them. So not really sure why they're messing around with that. I always struggle with incendiary. Munitions, basically, they've been nerfed, right? So they're way, way weaker. Less damage against infantry and much less damage against armored vehicles, which against vehicles kind of does make sense, but like flame does tend to fuck up vehicles quite a lot in like, not in like a complete failure of the vehicle, but it just does a lot of damage, like especially optics, for example. Vehicle optics will obviously, if they get napalm on them, will be ruined, and obviously that's very important for modern vehicles. So yeah, bit of extra agility for your paradrops, that's cool. Yeah, helicopter anti-radiation, basically hardly anyone uses it. This is another annoying thing, that low altitude bombs arming distance is increased. Why? Like, you might need to do a last minute change of target, and again, in reality, the pilot just presses a drop button. You don't need to keep arming them for ages. It just makes enjoyable things like the Su-34 a lot less effective. One good change is the fact that vehicles can see longer, but I wish snipers could see longer too. So, I'm not the biggest fan of laser range. Oh, sorry, it's just the laser. Right, okay, but again, what, like, a laser's a laser. Why can't snipers get the same change? That's frustrating. Okay, never mind. Right, okay. Majority of the actual balance, in brackets, balance issues are in the form of making everything basically more expensive, which is really I'm not a fan. Like, Iskander resupply time is reduced to 45 seconds. Like, why? The Iskander's already pretty, irritating at the start, and these being nerfed to shoot slower. Like, the KA-52 missiles are already super weak, right? They're only really good if they get an exact direct hit, which is unlikely. So increasing the aim time and the time spread out between the missiles is just frustrating because it makes them even more interceptable than they already are, considering they're very slow. So yeah, look, everything is just price increases. Look at this. Everything's more expensive. Coalition rushes. To be honest, I thought they were going to balance it by making units more and less powerful, but all they've done is make everything way more expensive. So look at this. For Barbarous, the base version is gone. What? So is the base version the 30 mil 290 now? That's crazy. That's so expensive. Oh no, sorry, it's 250 and okay, so it's gone from 225 to 250. Right, we've digested that. Basically, everything's more expensive for like the units that people really enjoy using. Let's be real. So like the Sturmoviki, the Barbarous, the Coalition, the TOS one. That's the one I'm most annoyed about because I think the TOS was good for its price, and in fact, I actually think that those thermobaric humongous missiles should do more damage, not increase the price for the same amount of damage. Absolutely not. AC-130, okay, you can only get one of them these days, and yeah, the killer regs are getting more expensive. Everything really is just more expensive, and it's really frustrating. I really am not the biggest fan of these updates. A lot of the more expensive stuff is obviously the support tab, and yeah, ultimately that is it for the update. So, quick short summary: everything's more expensive, and they haven't fixed the issues that we really want them to. So, cheers, guys! A long-awaited, pretty pointless, and maybe not a fantastic change. Cheers! Bye bye.